Top Esports, especially when you have things like the Xayah, you want the teams to play and aggress into you. So it's a lot easier to build up those feathers and get a massive rake off with the Blade Caller up. The go for grubs uncontested. Kanavi cannot walk in because he's got no friends to help him at least enter just yet. WE should be able to claim 2 grubs, and at this point, it's all 3 going their way.
This is a good start here for WE. They're not the team that's going to be hitting on side lane turrets as much, but 3 grubs for an Azir, that feels incredibly nice for them. And Hong does have level 6, so can look for something a bit aggressive. You see that Monkey right now, all he has to do is just cover Karis. His mid lane is doing fine. They're going to eventually move over. Top Esports are giving up the mid-wave positioning so they can get position on bottom. Oh!
369 gets scooped up by the Emperor's Divide, and because 369 does not have flash with this summoner spell set up, he gets put down in the dirt by a giant boulder. That's first blood. Going over to Monkey. Here comes Vampire's Pop Blossom onto Hong, forcing him to flash away. A teleport is answered by Q.
Taeyun.
As Cream has also TP'd over. Oh, Monkey stole the dragon too! Everything is going wrong for Top Esports, and they're trying to fight their way, kiting into the safety of their own jungle. Big Blade Caller from Jackie keeps them rooted, but his front lane is getting totally annihilated. WE go big with 4 kills at 11 minutes.
This is a great spot here for WE. They're going to see how much more gold they can get onto the Zir. 2-item Zir is a really big headache for Top Esports to deal with.
Not a lot of flashes available. Impale into the Pop Blossom. Monkey and Vampire working hand in hand. It's looking like Split 2 magic all over again. And solo laners are performing well, if not stable, which is a big check mark for WE. Monkey is able to find still an impactful early game as a little bit of aggression from Hong. Can he battle dance his way out of there? Quickness into the Cyclone. Is Monkey in trouble? The rest of WE members are here for the collapse. Monkey does get shut down, but quickly Care swoops in and finds Hong in the backline. But now he's isolated by 3 members, and Vampire and Taeyun are trying to do what they can to cook here. Good Kaisa with the reposition of the Killer Instinct at least allows him to take out Cream, but 369 tags him with the Needlework, slows him down, goes over the wall. Needlework tags Vampire once again. The table barb goes wide, and 369 will help Top Esports even the score.
I just had to set up the caster curse there. Karis, I think his idea was that he was moving forward into Top Esports so that he could use the ultimate, but then ends up taking too much damage anyway and still ends up dying, so...
was being gouged by WE's early successes. Overall, 2.4 thousand gold in the bank in advantage, and it's spread somewhat evenly among a majority of the WE members here. The only person that doesn't have the advantage anymore is Monkey, but I think all things considered, that's your tank. It's okay if he doesn't have a gold advantage over the
So, I know we said that that was an advantage fight for Top Esports, and it was.
in the exchange, and it just might be enough to scare Top Esports from being able to threaten.
Yeah, they can't even do anything. Top Esports are now going to try and move in mid, but by the time they get this wave, they have not nearly enough damage done to this turret yet. Cube even saves the top tier 1. Cream using this ultimate now. I don't think it turns into the turret, though. If there was more members, if Wukong with this Trinity Force was hitting, maybe there's a chance.
Well, he does hit Taeyun with a nice flake, and that gives him enough pressure, and with everyone else from Top Esports collapsing, they're able to pick up the first turret in the mid lane.
He will get his second point into his ultimate.
Oh, Karis. There's a Monkey around the corner. He does not know that they left. Oh, okay. Well, Emperor's Divide pushes Kanavi back, and Karis is able to make his grand escape. And meanwhile, Taeyun was able to pick up, will force the flash out of Vampire.
Pretty big engagement tool. Ultimate out from Jackie Love in the ult land.
Waiting for the impale. Oh, you flashed into the impale, Jackie Love!
Jackie Love? That's right before the dragon. And that's sole point potentially here for WE. Our Top Esports going to contest. 369 has teleport and he is taking a top tier 1, but this might not even be the dragon. We're going straight to Otacon with our Kaisa ripping this objective.
Kanavi has a pull out of Miracle and try and see if he can steal the Otacon away from Monkey. Weaver's Wall from Cream goes in. Kanavi tries
Vampire.
to get through the Pop Blossom. He can't get in. Kanavi takes out Vampire, but the Otacon is secured by Monkey. Ishtal Impact slams 369 into the wall. Kanavi gets dropped by Karis, and the rest of WE are rolling over Top Esports in our first game.
The item advantage was too strong. Jackie Love, we're going to continue to fight here.
Can he cook? Okay, he finds Taeyun. He can kill Monkey before they secure the dragon. Okay, at the very least, Top Esports will deny the third dragon of the game from WE, but they still...
Fair, but you can go later for some of these waves.
Pitcher.
This choke point hold, I love this. Kanavi gets to find Cube. Is this WE getting picked out on side lanes again?
Just might be. The pitcher is not expanding. Looks like they believe that it's nothing more will evolve from this encounter. Oh no, Kanavi doesn't get to take the portal. He gets spited. He's forced to flash over the wall before Monkey tries to look for the impale, but he does make it out alive. Close the game from this point on, as we still have a Baron coming up in the next minute.
I don't like this. WE, they need to fight now. They're pulling Cube over while they're missing waves.
Pop Blossom onto a couple members, stunned up by the impale. Jackie Love goes into the air with a Featherstorm. Taeyoon finds his moment and assassinates Jackie Love in the back line. Equalizer from Cube, split up the fight. Cream and 369 trying to work together against the three-man squad from WE. They're all split. With 369, can he safely walk up here? The Ishtal impact will slam him into the wall. Cream can't do anything to save his top laner. He finds a flick onto Cube, but there's practically no damage coming out from this Talia. Now he's trying to run for the hills, but Hong has smite. I've seen crazier things happen in this league. 5,000 HP. Monkey has 1,200 versus 900 from Hong. He goes in. No way this is going. Oh, yep. He gets killed before he even gets a chance to look for the steal. Nicely done from WE to respect even a unsealed spellbook smite, and Baron is secured.
For gold and a ton of pressure to WE from a team that we're expecting so much more from as our regular season first place team.
Vampire with the three-man Pop Blossom. Does he have follow-up? Cube comes over the top with the equalizer. Taeyoon's into the back line looking for Kanavi. Cream now has arrived, but Taeyoon flashes over the seismic shove, and Cream just gets blown to shreds. Top Esports lose out on 3 in a blink of an eye, and WE can continue the siege.
Baron here for 2 more minutes, a wave coming in through bottom lane. Cube's gonna push this mid, and as they continue to play out, Dragon will spawn and put them on soul point if they really want it. With 3 grubs, how much further does WE end up going? This could be at the very least an inhibitor if they decide.
Inhibitor turret will fall for WE. The inhibitor will be the next on the chopping block here. It looks like WE will not breed for any more. They have broken open the base against Top Esports.
Room as the Xayah to lay down all those feathers when you have the Azir and the Kai'Sa threatening you on the back line. Dragon's gonna get taken for Kanavi.
Dragon. Top Esports were able to get here first, but now can they get out alive? That's the question. You can see that the walls are starting to close in. They hold the ground for now. Great equalizer from Cube. Jackie Love and Cream getting melted as the Ishtal's impact forces Hong to spring backwards, but he still gets killed in mid-air. Kanavi has the center of the Cyclone. Pop Blossom is dodged by Jackie Love's Featherstorm, but now he's in trouble. Karis goes for the Emperor's Divide, and Jackie Love, even though he flashed over it, does not matter. At the end of the day, the Impale will bring Kanavi right back into WE's waiting arms. That's the ace at 27 minutes. That's WE taking game 1.
What the hell, man? I love the LPL. We thought this could have been a matchup that goes to expectation, but WE, as per usual, they're going to take us to at least a 2-game series here against Top Esports, and in dominating fashion.
WE, I don't know what they ate before going into this match, but that form was absolute fire and very reminiscent of the upset they pulled off against Top Esports in playoffs of Split 2. And then get out with the EQ, so there's ways to play around it, but Top Esports overall, an effectively very short-range composition into WE here.
That's not going to be the case. He's going to go finish his full clear on the bottom side. Monkey is going to skip his red buff because he has to be here for his bottom lane.
And they're gonna dive bot lane. Taeyoon has nowhere else to go. Hong is able to tank out the last turret shot, and it resets back onto the minion wave, and because Vampire does not have flash, he can't even go for a punish.
Also be really primed for this bottom lane to take advantage of this Scion and set up for a potential kill here.
Yeah, a lot of aggressive damage from Cubes, Cassante onto 369. I'm curious if WE can set themselves up for an early dragon. Oh, nice EQ by Kanavi, set up by Cream with the empowered Rune Prison. Karis cannot get away or flash in time, but now it's a 4-man dive set up against 369, not level 6 yet. Can he hit it off? The minion wave goes for the decimating smash, might just be too long to be able to get to that level 6 point. Kanavi and Cream arrive with the Realm Warp. Doesn't look like he needs it. And WE do a good job at least pushing out the Rise. Kanavi gets one grub before the rest of WE start piling on in. Cream does have
Sion's
teleport.
gonna come. Yeah. Cream's teleport is still not gonna be up for another like 8 seconds though, so he's gonna be late. He's really low for this play.
369. Here comes the 369 train. Barely misses Karis, but he bounces off the wall, finds the knockup onto Cube instead. It's all out chaos in the middle of the river. Cream trying to pump out as much damage as he can while low on the Rise.
Oh no.
Cube getting aggressive on the Hong. He's able to flash away, but Jackulov is about to get dropped by Karis' Aurora. And don't tell me it's another disaster for Top Esports as WE just wiped the floor with them.
And Top Esports draft is really robust and very easy to execute on.
Top Esports were trying to start up the first dragon of the game, but the immediate teleport from Karis on the objective means that WE get a leash from Top Esports.
Cube will get there in time, but late afterwards. We're trying to go
Slamming
for
into
Karis
Karis
here. He has ult.
No flash available. Another decimating smash. I mean,
Karis!
Karis just does not want to pop the Between Worlds until it's too late.
Karis! What are we doing?
The Rift Herald spawning in 20 seconds. They are uncontested right now on the tier 1 turret. Hong is going to stop the recall. That's huge. He doesn't have TP on this Corki either, so this is now Top Esports in a major position to contest this Rift Herald.
Hong is fine. He's playing Braum. They didn't get too much on this bottom side play. Cube's going to look to teleport into this Herald. And it is up to WE. How do they secure this objective right now? And do they feel comfortable with the items that they have to be able to match up versus Top Esports?
TP's coming in early from Cube. Finally is matched by 369 on the Sion. Rift Herald below 5,000 HP, still plenty of time, but the eye drops it to 2K. Here comes 369 for the unstoppable onslaught. Monkey goes in. It's Kanavi that secures the objective. Between Worlds catches everyone in, but Jackulov and Cream are staying safe, and now they walk forward and they start pumping damage through WE's backs. Cube takes 369 on the other side of the wall, but he still has the flash to be able to reposition to safety with the rest of his team. Cube goes aggressive, but this might have been ill-fated. They find enough damage on the 369, and they're still trying to play out these battle lines, but the calling comes back off a cooldown. Realm Warp for what? I guess it's able to scare Tae.
Right, they can win this, they can win this!
But Jackulov is still playing. He flashes forward onto Tae over the barrier for the bait. Does he have the vision advantage? They both go down. It's chaos in the river. Karis able to find one more blast on the Kanavi. It goes pretty damn even in the end.
Should have been up to Vampire. He's trying to stop Hong. I think this is a huge misunderstanding of how you're supposed to execute in these fights, but Sports aren't in as commanding of a lead or a position in this game as maybe they're thinking, but look at the items that they have. 2 item completions for almost all of their members on the side of Top Esports, while WE still waiting on finding some of those completions. So while gold is at an all-time premium,
Vampire has no flash from before. Even through the Unbreakable Will, he's getting brought down critically low. Jackulov able to finish the job here. Cube is also caught, and he ends up getting blasted by Cream. Kanavi needs to make sure he gets out. Karis has teleported in between worlds. Look at the damage with the weirding. Blast Kanavi back to the 5th dimension. Cream now tries to step up, sees if he can find some overload. But Karis is starting to manage this fight pretty darn well, but he's going to get chased by 369, and he gets sent to the Shadow Realm by the unstoppable onslaught. And now Jackulov has a tank on his side, dashes in, pops his own barrier, and this time gets the better of Taeyun.
A turret here as well. Top Esports are barely winning out on these plays, and it's giving them small gold advantages.
3,000 gold. Jackulov is about to finish his 3rd item before Taeyun even finishes his 2nd.
Potentially going to Monkey.
Monkey gets knocked up. He gets put into the baby cage. Monkey's got nowhere else to go. He already burned the flash, and he ends up getting blasted. Now WE have to carry on the fight through. Hong gets a lot of damage taken out of his health bar, and the bleed and the passive from Karis is able to finish the job. But now Karis falls, and Q goes all out onto Kanavi, but can he have the damage to actually look for the jungler? It's not going to be the case. Jackulov goes oh no! Vampire punted Jackulov away! Oh, that might have been a little bit of a saving grace, a consolation prize for WE, but in the end, Jackulov still survives.
Caught out way too many times in this game. Kind of a hallmark performance, I would say, where there are just individuals who are not performing here for WE. Vampire, I think, kind of confused on what he's supposed to do on this Alistar. I feel like Vampire has not been able to pilot this Vampire in the way that we would have expected.
Monkey still
He's dead again.
Gets to use his flash, but 369 is going to lock him down with a decimating smash. And the rest of Top Esports taking that first game very personally, ensuring that Monkey is always the first one to fall here. The 369 Unstoppable Onslaught just deletes Vampire from the game. Taeyun gets flashed on, even though he used his own summon to spell to try and escape. One that is putting in any significant work or at least revenge kills in these exchanges. But unfortunately for WE, that's just not enough, especially when the enemy Lucian is now 3.5k gold ahead, and Corki now just getting a chance to complete his Mormana.
Alright, so Dragon does go over to Top Esports as they complete that. Aurora can look for a teleport. Don't have too many wards behind them, but just having the Hextech portals again. There's that single ward behind him right next to the Dragon. It seems like that's the angle here from Top Esports. Can WE take them down?
Top Esports know that the flank is coming from Karis. Jackie Love opens up with the culling, decent damage, but now they have to be careful about where this Bunny Witch is trying to hide. Gets massive damage onto Cream at 369, but can Karis escape? Kanavi repositions to his other backliners as Jackie Love is all isolated, but he's totally fine. He's got the mobility to dash in and out, and 369 is manhandling Karis all by himself. He gets Cream in for the alley-oop. WE gonna get aced at 24 minutes in Top Esports. I don't know if they have enough time to finish the game, but they're gonna try.
Top Esports, I'm looking at 369. He's got his teleport. They're going to look to try to end this one. Long death timers and 10 seconds before Vampire is up. This could be the end of game 2. And of course, couldn't have been any other way, Rafa. We've got WE going to 3.
Top Esports had something to say after the way WE were able to destroy them in game 1. They bounced right on back with just as much fury and decimation from the side of WE in game 1. Top Esports, even the score, we're going to game 3.
Let's look at these lanes right now. I think this is a difficult lane to play in topside. Obviously, 369 will have the range advantage from the Gnar, but while in mini, Cube can actually find some early lane aggressiveness, especially with the Shadow Dash.
I mean, Cream is walking back from mid lane. Maybe they can just try and look for Karis, but he will have Spirit Rush, so even though he is down Flash, should still have enough escape tools to be able to get out.
Eventually execute. So, I want to see if Kanavi's actually going to do anything on this Zed, because you have targets, but I think a Shen and Renata makes it hard.
Monkey. He knows that Karis just got chunked. He has Spirit Rush available, but he cannot save his jungler, and that is first blood for Kanavi Zed. As Olaf, you can spam your undertones, you can spam your reckless swing, you might be able to at least get 2, if not all 3. Kanavi, though, is spotted over the wall. Looks like 2 grubs are secure for WE. Monkey still has Smite. Kanavi's now into the pit, and he's got more friends on his side, but no death mark available now for another 30 seconds. Monkey has the stand united. The taunt comes in from Cube, and Kanavi's forced to W over the wall, but Cube will fall with the flash over, and that ensures that the Shadow Ninja is gone. Cream forced out of the fight. Karis pursuing with the Spirit Rush. 369 slams Monkey into the river, but it's still forced to flash because the rest of WE are still stronger in the river.
And it's the Feats of Warfare going over to Team WE. If they can abuse a Shen's base cooldowns and all of his kit to essentially just be down 30 CS but still win this game, I think it's an impressive study here from WE.
Flash from Karis, looks for the charm. Cream gets pulled in by the handshake. That's the Annie gone. But she did do a decent amount of burst damage onto Monkey's Olaf. Jackie Love trying to now poke with these piercing arrows, and 369 has arrived to the party. He's still in mini form, but he can try and fish for boomerangs. Another good charm from Karis. Jackie Love throws out the Chain of Corruption. Taeyun now goes forward, but now Death Mark can just pop on top of him, and he's not going to get the reset with the bailout. Monkey tries to pop the Ragnarok, see if he can turn it around. Stand United's coming in from Cube. It's going to give Monkey everything he needs to carry the remainder of this fight. Cube dashes in, forces the flash out of Kanavi, and somehow, some way, WE still win the fight.
They pulled on my cord, but we're good. We're okay. We're alive. Top laners are fighting. We got Dragon here. Vampire
with the handshake flash read onto Kanavi. He has no flash. He's forced to use the Death Mark. Tries to pop Vampire, but even through the bailout, he doesn't even need it. Oh wait, Kanavi gets another last-minute shield. He needs it. Vampire before getting going down, and Taeyun just deletes Jackie Love in the other isolated skirmish. Karis is going crazy on this Ahri.
The 7th best team in the LPL right now in Group Ascend, and they are potentially about to take down the 1st place team in Top Esports. I just want to check real quick. I'm looking at our Twitch polls right here, right before the Herald. 73% of fans in the chat thought that Top Esports were going to win. I think that says a lot for the expectations of this match.
Oh no. Okay, well, 369 gets collapsed. He's able to flash the undertow, still has enough HP to fight. Again, Monkey has Stand United coming through. Cube is able to taunt Jackie Love. He cleanses
He's alive!
it, but can he get out? Cube is looking for one more taunt dash, but he cannot close the distance. Jackie Love still contributing with piercing arrows, but the rest of the fight is going WE's way! As once again, Taeyun finds himself transcendent above the rest of top esports and picks up a triple.
That's going to be a turret as well going over to WE. No fight can look bad when you have a Olaf rampaging into the backline. He didn't need the Renata to be there because basically he takes out so much HP. 369 and Cream floundering. Look at this game. My solo lanes are 2-5-2 in this game.
The stand of 369 thinking that he could chunk out Karis before the fight. We're back to live. Oh my goodness. Kanavi was able to at least steal or smite the Rift Herald away, but no one can walk in to claim the eye. So in the end, the objective goes to no one, and WE win another fight.
Maybe a slide in form. Maybe they're just taking it easy as we go into playoffs so they don't choke there too.
Looking for Monkey. They know that there is no Shen ultimate. The Death Mark should be able to pop him, but the bailout, don't tell me he lives. They finally get a chance to pop the Viking.
Oh, Taeyun!
But Taeyun comes over the wall. He just flashes and he goes transcendent once again. He's in a 1v3. He's got Karis now to back him up. Good charm. Catches Hong. Sets up another one, but Kanavi goes crazy. Is able to dash the Shadow Clone and pick up a shutdown onto Taeyun.
And now, some time for top esports to actually hit these waves and farm. That was 3 kills going over to them. And
built a little bit earlier. I can respect the Black Cleaver being rushed because he had the economy for it. It gives him the ability haste to spam these abilities. Now WE trying to burn down this dragon. Kanavi and Cream step up. Monkey goes crazy. He's got the Stand United shield, but Kanavi tries to go back in. Deathmark trying to play Dance Simulator on them, just burning all these cooldowns. Meganor from 369 throws the ball into the wall. Kanavi, that was beautiful. He caught WE slipping and made them all look the wrong way. Top Esports get the dragon, and they completely wipe WE.
Oh, WE, don't throw this game! Bailout was coming through for Vampire, so he couldn't move. He was rooted thanks to Hong. And now that was the dragon, the 2 fights in a row around this bottom side, and an Otacon and a turret. Top Esports are about to make a huge gold swing. Down 2,000 gold, now up almost 4.5, 5,000 composition. He has some backup dancers for sure, but WE are now walking into the river, and 2 of their main carries are half HP to start.
Oh, flash from Cream for Tibbers right onto the front line, and it's Karis that gets dropped. Monkey tries to send it, but he gets dropped immediately after 2. 369, flash Meganor onto the back line. Top Esports, led by Kanavi on the Zed, are able to just delete WE from the game.
That's going to be the Baron as well. Top Esports, man, it just feels like they can do no wrong, where we may have had doubts during this game.
It was definitely looking rough in the first half. They had us, not gonna lie. But Top Esports are able to bring it back, and through persistence and sheer will, they're able to find enough fights.
In Vampire, you have no real engage as WE, so Monkey and the rest of this team, who he is the leader of, they need to synchronize themselves a little bit more.
3 levels above Olaf, 3 levels above the squishiest carry on WE's side in Taeyun. Alec, do you get to play the game as an AD carry against a level 16 Zed?
No, but as you can see for Taeyun, he has made a few decisions in this game going on for very long. So they're going to get themselves another turret. Still Baron here, a minute left for Top Esports. And WE just feel like they're lost. They're trying to find anything on that. There's no jungle camps for them to take. There's no objectives for them to play for because they're so far pushed into their base, and they don't have any ways to play. Look at Monkey!
Cream? Monkey's trying to dive Cream by himself, and even with the Stand United shield, he cannot survive much longer. Cube gets caught by the Chain of Corruptions. Look at Kanavi diving into the back line, looks for the Death Mark onto Karis and Vampire, goes back in with the Shadow Clone, looks for another one, finally gets dropped by Cube in the end. But Top Esports should still be strong enough to make the siege.
I've been so happy. 1,100 gold, a huge shutdown onto Kanavi, goes to Vampire. Huge, big moves coming on through. This is a teleport. I think this might just be end of the game. 10 seconds, and there's nobody from WE that can stop these waves.
To be fair, it was Cube that got the shutdown, but I think your point still stands.
Live by Monkey, you die by Monkey.
Die by Monkey.
And as we
Monkey
speak,
is about to die again. but he gets one last shield, the bailout. Can he cut through? Nope, he cannot get through the Karma shield, and Jackie Love is able to survive through it all. Picks himself a double, and now 369 doesn't have flash, but he tries to get in range, throws a house at Vampire, slows him down, and be able to pick it up for a boomerang toss. Top Esports not going to be able to clinch any more members here and try to lock them down, but they will push into the base, probably for the win here.
Well, if it's not mid wave, it'll be on that bottom lane wave as well. Cream kind of waiting for for Tibbers to die so that he can get his cooldown back. Monkey spawns in 15, Karis in 20. The Top Esports are looking to put the finishing touches on what has been a pretty back and forth series with our 7th place team.
WE had us in the first half. The Top Esports now trying to put the finishing touches on the second half. Death mark onto Vampire. Cannot be getting caught out by the handshake. Does not matter. He's got a GA for a second life anyway. Monkey tries to turn it around and make one last Hail Mary and saving the game, but he gets destroyed by Kareem's Annie, and the rest of Top Esports will do away one after another on the remaining members of WE. The Miracle 3 win streak dream is completely dead as Karis does find himself Jackie Love in the end, but there are still 3 members. A quadra kill for Kareem's Annie will finish the series in style for Top Esports.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.